Hey everybody, this is Joshua Fletcher with Pursue Christian Living. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. Today is May 14th, 2023, and this is your encouraging word for this Sunday evening. I have a word for you guys from Hebrews chapter 12. And of course, the very familiar verses here. One of my favorite verses. Actually, we used these verses to when we went to Ecuador as kind of our theme verse, and it has been couple theme verses for our family. I'm going to read those, but the couple verses I really want to hone in on come after that. So Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1. Therefore, since we have such a large cloud of witnesses surrounding us, let us lay aside every weight and the sin that so easily ensnares us, and run with endurance the race that lies before us, keeping our eyes on Jesus, the source and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy that lay before him endured a cross, and despised the shame, and has sat down at the right hand of God's throne. And that's just some beautiful verses right there, encouraging us to keep our eyes on Jesus and to cast off sin and all the weight that weighs us down and keeps us from running this race as believers. And so those are great verses. And then the next verses are the ones that I want to give you today on this Mother's Day. And just a second before I do that, I want to draw your attention to this piece of artwork back here. It is not done. This is just an outline. And if you want to see the completed work, of course, I'll probably post it on social media and things. But there's an art show at Fire Church this Saturday. I believe it starts at 4 o'clock, and I believe it ends like 6:30. So from 4 to 6:30 at Fire Church in Concord, North Carolina. If you're interested in going, you can Google that. It's called God's Heart Through Art. And my daughter Grace is going to have some of her art there too. And there are going to be quite a few other artists there. And so some of this artwork will be there of mine. Not all of my artwork, of course, but some pieces. And it's just there for you to walk through and look at and be encouraged by the message. And so this one here is actually about Hebrews chapter 12, 1 and 2, like I just read. And so I wanted to point that out, that one there. It's not done yet. It's got a lot more. I got a lot of color to put on it, but it's just kind of like an outline, a general outline right now. But anyway, so let's get going here. Verse 3, for consider him who endured such hostility from sinners against himself, that's Jesus, so that you won't grow weary and lose heart. So he's saying, hey, you're going to get discouraged. You're going to grow weary. You're going to lose heart. But consider Jesus. Consider what he went through. He said, then verse 4 says this, in struggling against sin, you have not yet resisted to the point of shedding your blood. Now, if that doesn't get you, Jesus, he died shedding his blood for your sin. He saw sin as an enemy of us all, and he died on the cross, resisting sin and the enemy for you and for me. He shed his blood for you and me. Now, how's that a Mother's Day message? Well, we keep our eyes fixed on Jesus, who did that for us, right? When we're growing weary, when we're discouraged, we're to look to Jesus, right? That's the message. But you know what? If you look in your life and you see the people who have resisted the negative things in your life, who have suffered, on your behalf, who have shed blood for you on your behalf, have dried out their lives, bleeding out their lives for you. I imagine many of you would point to your parents. And of your parents, you'd probably point right straightly at your mother, right? Moms have a way, and dads too, but moms have a way too of really bleeding out for their children. They give their very lifeblood for us to have life. And it's a beautiful thing, isn't it? I think that on Mother's Day, we need to be thankful to our parents, especially our mothers. We need to be thankful for them for their sacrifices for us. And Jesus says when we grow weary, we're to look to him who did, the one who did sacrifice for us, and be encouraged by what they went through so that we would be encouraged and stand up and not grow weary in doing what is right. A lot of times, I think that's what we need to do, right? When we feel discouraged and weary and we feel down and we feel alone and we feel like a failure or broken, or what, we should look to those who believe in us, not just with words, but with action. And my prayer is for you that you have people around you who not just support you with their words, but with their sacrificial actions. They give of themselves, they give of their time, they give of their energy. Their words are not only what they give, but they also give of themselves in significant ways. They give you life when you need it the most, right? And I pray that each and every single one of us are the same way, that we are able to give life to everyone we meet to help them stay encouraged and moving forward. The question for us is, for a Christian, if you want to be mature in your faith and you want to be like Christ, then the question has to be, am I willing to shed drops of blood so that others can be free? Am I willing, right, to resist the enemy for others, for myself, and for others? And so it's a great encouragement there. So anyway, I hope you've had time today to think about those, especially our mothers who were willing to sacrifice greatly for our benefit, for our growth. And I pray that you have had a mom in your life. And maybe it's not your natural born mother. Maybe it's somebody who you consider a mother in the faith, or a parent in the faith, a mother or father in the faith who's encouraged you. So anyway, God bless you guys. Have a great week. And I pray that this week is just full of the Lord's presence, that his Holy Spirit encourages you, and that your friendships deepen with him and with others. And until next time, God bless you. We'll talk to you later. Bye.